So, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Talitha, and we are here for the 2025. We're trying this again. As you can see, we have a new background in our new home, so we're super excited about that. We wanted to do something fun, man. You know, life is so fleeting. It's so fleeting, and there's so many things going on, and so we just wanted to do something fun. So we were trying to think about all of the shows we've done thus far and see which one was kind of maybe the most jovial, or the one where we could just kind of, you know, just be ourselves, act silly, whatever we want to do, and the stuff is not so harsh. And so we decided to bring our review show back. We're going to be talking about movies that we've seen and movies that we kind of like. We might be doing some spoiler alerts, so we're just going to let you guys know that now. Also, we're going to be reviewing some restaurants that we've been to, because we tend to like that. Well, Bobby tends to like that, because a lot of times we've been out here reviewing restaurants, and a lot of them have not been that great. So we're going to tell you where to go and where not to go. Or he's going to tell you where to go and where not to go. And then if there's anything else we want to talk about as far as reviews, we're just going to freaking talk about it. So we were going to review this, but we all know, if you guys have seen our movie reviews before, we all know if Bobby falls asleep, then that means that he didn't like the movie. Or it means that he's super tired. Either way. So Bobby fell asleep watching the movie. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to review, because he slept through probably the last maybe 45 minutes of it. You woke up.
I woke up and I'm tired. I fall asleep on movies generally whenever I already can see it.
Yeah.
When there's not really like any, you know, new rag or magic.
Right.
When it's just a recycled, which is fine. You know, as a creator, I get it. You know, sometimes you gotta be able to ditty some stuff. You know,
we gotta remix some stuff.
Yeah, you take Kirk Franklin some stuff, and it kind of works. It's just that when films do it, I already seen it. I already see it, so I'm like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
You just wake up at the end and just know what to say.
And talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, we saw the movie, and it was reminiscent to Hustle and Flow.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
that's what I feel like. I feel like
Hustle and Flow set it off just by any remnant of hood movie. So
yeah.
when Keke Palmer, I am a fan of Keke Palmer.
Are you?
Yeah, I believe she's great.
You like her from when? What's her first movie?
It was some kid movie. She was young. I don't remember. Some Disney something.
Akilah and the Bee.
Yeah,
was her first movie.
That's it.
And then we saw her again on.
She was pretty cool.
We saw her again on Tyler Perry, I believe, in his film Family Reunion, I believe, and then I think we saw her with Ice Cube. I think so. She's grown up with us.
Yeah, we've seen her.
We've seen her grow up rather.
She does good work. So I appreciate her efforts in this movie.
So what did you think about the storyline of the movie? I thought that it was interesting. We were looking at movies, and then Bobby had saw we saw Cradle to the Grave. Was it Cradle to the Grave or something like that, or whatever? A DMX movie. So he was like, oh yeah, DMX is so dope or whatever. But I was like, well, it's not a female movie, so we didn't want to watch it. But actually, he was in this movie as he had like a little small part. It wasn't really big. But what I noticed about this movie, whenever it was, he looked sick in that movie to me.
It was 2016.
He looked skinny.
DMX was really trying to tell a story with his role in this movie.
Yeah.
Detroit was an untrained woman, and she never trained. She was pretty much an untrained piece of trash the whole movie.
Yeah.
To the point where he committed, other acts. When you watch the movie, you'll see it and pay attention to it. Like, he just, it just wasn't. I see what he was trying to say with that,
Well, it was actually, and I forgot to say that Anjanou Ellis was actually a key player in the movie as well. She played Keke Palmer's mom. And I am a fan of Anjanou now. I'm a fan of her and the stories that she picks for herself, because she really throws herself into every character that you've ever seen her, and she's just gonna give it, everything that she has. And she played a I want to say she started out as a prostitute, I think.
She was a whore.
And then she became
a sorry ass mom who was relying on her daughter to flip head tickets for $5 to pay her bills.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what are you doing?
It was an interesting take.
An interesting role for her to take. It was the bottom of the bottom. It was like some what's the brother's name that played Black Panther? Like his last roles, like just choosing stuff just to say F you. Just society for whatever reason.
Chadwick.
Yeah, this is her kind of move.
Who? You're talking about Ingenue or Kiki?
Yeah, Ingenue. Have you seen her in anything after this?
Yeah, we saw her in the movie that we really liked. The movie where she was researching the ducks and all that other kind of stuff. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah. She does choose really great.
Yes, she does.
Stuff that makes you think.
She does. She played Maddie Moss in the Clark Sisters, which did very, very well.
She's great. Both of them are great to me.
Yeah.
Max was great. He was a great.
Even though it was only a little small part.
Just a great dude as far as his art.
But I want to ask you about the particular part of her being a pimp. Because in the movie, she was something like a pimp. That's why we said it kind of reminded us of Hustle and Flow. There was a part in there where they were talking about female pimps or something like that or whatever. And what I wanted to know from you was, do you think she was believable in that role?
She was believable as an angry bitch.
Okay.
Not really so much a pimp. You know, she didn't have any. She just seemed angry. She didn't really have any pimp ability.
Okay.
Like she didn't have any swag or any cool. She drove an old raggedy Mississippi pimp looking car. You know, she dressed like she was from South Dallas. She didn't have any you know, she wasn't like Superfly or no job.
Yeah.
When you saw Superfly, you knew he was a pimp because he was kind to the people. And then he had to be ruthless.
Okay.
She was just all out bitch. And it's like, I don't know if I believe you as a pimp. I believe you're just an angry woman. So.
Well, it kind of felt like to me, like when we talk about short men, and this is just that's come, you know, and I can say truly that I think that this is a pattern. So when we talk about short men, and sometimes they are a little bit more angry than normal, or they're trying to overcompensate for maybe being, you know, shorter than other men, you know, that are taller than them. It felt like that to me with her being a female pimp and her, you know, being a lesbian, because she's a lesbian in the movie as well. So I felt like
she was a lesbian with a white girl.
Yeah.
So her whole dynamic was just straight up trash.
So I felt like her overcompensation for her being a female is what she was trying to do in the movie. That's why she came off really angry and all that kind of stuff or whatever, because she had to prove herself to be like a dude, you know, or
I'm not
whatever.
saying that being with a white woman is trash or being a lesbian. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
So don't go try to cancel me over no dumb misheard jump. But I'm saying for her dynamic, for being who she was in this film, it just looked hella weird. Yeah. So,
yeah. And so my last question is for the movie. As the movie went through the stages, some of the parts that you did not see, what do you think about the writing? Like, do you think that even though you said it was a remix, do you think that the writing did well enough to be able to say that this is a movie to watch?
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty clear. They finished the project from start to finish. It made sense. And it was just good enough for you to be able to, and a lot of people don't like doing this, but I don't mind doing it, for you to be able to kind of make your own story from their story.
Okay.
Because her dad was a horrible pimp. He was terrible.
Yeah.
He was a terrible pimp. He chose a horrible woman as his girl and the pimp game. Now, you're supposed to be able to have a pretty strong hand in this game. So your hand should be pretty beefy. There is no taking no back talk or taking no lesser bottom bitch. Yeah. I'm saying in the pimp life. Yeah. You know, so he was like, I'm just going to choose this trash who doesn't really have any ambition or nothing and save her from the whole game. And she just acted that she didn't seem to have any fire for doing nothing, so.
I could agree.
He was a bad parent. He, took himself out or whatever, and then she became a bad parent.
Yeah.
I think the writing was pretty good. I don't know if they meant to show it that way, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. And the acting, I feel like Kiki did her thing in the acting.
And then the brother from London, what's his name?
Whoever the guy was,
I've seen him before.
He was very scary.
That dude is a scary dude.
Yeah, he was pretty scary. And so I would say, if I'm going to give it out of 5 stars, I would give it a 2. And like I said, I liked it, but it was just a storyline that I couldn't get into. So it wasn't very exciting to watch for me.
Right. Yeah, I didn't care for the storyline.
Yeah.
I'm not really into those kind of films, really.
Yeah.
Eddie Gathegi.
Oh, that's his name? Okay.
He's from Kenya.
Okay.
He's from Kenya, dude. Mm-hmm. And I think the first time I believe I seen him, he was playing somebody from New Orleans or something.
Okay.
But yeah, that dude he's a really believable guy.
Yeah.
And you would hate to see that dude
in real life.
With gold teeth in real life.
Yeah.
He had the worst dog piss yellow gold teeth I ever seen in his film. And it made you believe it.
So I gave it a 2. What would you give it?
Just because of him alone, I have to give it like a 3 at least.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of him?
Him and Kiki together, they were really good off each other. Mm-hmm. But because he was so... Do you remember that one character? What was that? Black Lightning? Mm-hmm. When the dude came in with the red dreads or whatever, he was able to crawl backwards and all that weird stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was scary.
That dude made you feel all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Without even having to do all that.
Yeah, that buddy dude, Eddie's he's like that.
Yeah.
He's
nice. So we'll look at some other movies and let's see what other movies he's in to see what kind of roles he's able to deliver. Because we kind of like that. We like looking at. I know for me, I like looking at actors and seeing how they stretch themselves. That's fun to me, and that's probably because I'm a writer. So, that's the reason why.
I think he was in Twilight.
That's fun to me.
I feel like seeing him. I think he was like on the good side of Twilight.
Maybe
like one of the light-eyed vampires.
I do not remember, sir. Do not remember at all. So, on another note, you guys, we are not going to be here long, but I wanted to talk about the last place we went to eat and let Bobby get his review on. But I can't remember the last place we went to eat. On whether it was good or bad. The last place I remember was the Salad to Go. Maybe?
Let's talk about Salad to Go.
Okay, Salad to Go.
I appreciate Salad to Go. I think the portions were right.
Yeah. The
flavor profile is amazing. Mm-hmm. I think the choices, the menu choices are great. Mm-hmm. It's good to see those things that they have on the menu. We pulled up to the little bitty box type restaurant. Yeah. And the lady was working the driver, young chick, probably like 24 or something like that.
Forgot about that.
You remember Dumb Donald on Fat Albert? Remember how he had that bonnet? I mean, the hat that, what was it, a beanie all over his face?
Yeah, and you couldn't see.
Her bonnet was like that, hanging down a huge bonnet. Huge bonnet. And she was just in there jamming and being black in front of like these 3 Texas Tech looking college chicks. You know, like the hats forward and everything, right? And they're all white, all young. But she was in there being the most black she can be. I've never seen anybody this black in public, and I felt so good. I was like, this chick is so black in this type of environment, serving me this delicious salad, and not even caring, not even apologizing, being 100% her. So, salad what?
I think Salad to Go.
I think that's
what it's called.
Yeah, go there.
That's what it's called. I don't know.
Soup good. We had it was what was it? Chicken enchilada.
Chicken enchilada soup or something like that.
There weren't no tortillas in it though.
No
tortilla chips. They hold us on that.
But my salad was good though. My salad was good.
I'm gonna go there again this week.
I don't think that they're in every state, so I want to say that they're kind of they're West Coast, and then there may be some in the South, maybe in the East Coast, but they're not everywhere though. And I think there's like only 2 out here. But with Bobby, I disagreed with him on the bonnet wearing, just because I'm not a bonnet wearing type of person that agrees with ladies going outside in their bonnets. I was on the Monique side when she got canceled for saying what she said, and I totally agree with the fact that there are so many other ways that we can express ourselves with our hair and scarves and hats and different things like that versus wearing those bonnets just because they look like back in the day when we were in the 80s and we had Jerry curls, it looked like somebody wearing a Jerry curl bag to me.
See, my thing
it's kind of the same.
If you get tight, if you hate the things moving today, you will be no good for people tomorrow.
Yeah, and so I don't think it's good.
You have to be where it's at. In the 80s, when we were wearing, and we were dumb for doing this, but we were wearing shower caps, dog.
Yeah.
We wore shower caps from the 80s up into the 90s.
And that looks stupid to me.
We were real stupid for doing it. There's a period where we were walking around carrying toothbrushes and whatnot in our house.
So
all these things, all these little pads that pop off,
yeah.
Those are people expressing themselves, and if you step on their necks when they're doing that, they won't have any way to express themselves later, and you won't matter later whenever they are able to express themselves.
Well, I mean,
you gotta let that stuff. You gotta let it go. I mean, like I always bring up, men used to wear tights, and before that, dudes were wearing like cloaks and walk around like this, and wearing big, great wigs and the corsets and stuff. For whatever reason they needed to do it, they were doing it, and the people that had to watch it had to accept it.
But you also talk about people sagging, and bonnets are the same to sagging as sagging to me.
Why sagging makes sense.
Yeah.
And then whenever you start getting a little older, it starts making a little bit more sense. You just got to change your wardrobe. Wear stuff that makes sense. Sagging is a little gross. Bonnets aren't gross to me.
Yeah, they're gross to me. So both of them are. But salad to go. Try that if it is in your area. Salads are amazing.
Yes.
And then last, I want to talk about social media and the news, y'all. Before we get out of here, we want to review that because I am really tripping off of the fact, like Bobby said, he's not on Facebook at all, right? I'm on Facebook a lot just because that's kind of where I get my news from because we don't watch the news anymore. I have Newsbreak on my phone, but it's kind of in and out when I'm trying to read the stories. So I'm on Facebook, like really kind of finding out that whatever happened, like find out that Andy Stone died or just whatever. I really use that as my news now. And sometimes, a lot of fluff is on there. But what I want to review is, do we think that social media and the news is doing more harm than good when it comes to letting us know what's going on in the world? Is it doing more harm or is it
doing good? What's doing more harm is people filtering. That's it. Whoever's receiving information, if you're not knowing how to filter what you're receiving, then everything's doing you bad. Okay. It's like somebody who's sick, being around somebody who's sick, they can't filter all this sickness. Okay. So they're just getting sicker.
Right.
I can see it from the misuse of social and news and all these things. Yeah. How mental illness is formed. Yeah. From it, I can see it. How it starts from mental illness to like the actual mental disease. I can see it. Where the negative side of that, from not knowing how to filter it. Yeah. Just like back in the day, we watched the news before school, and then we would go to school. But there were some people that would watch the news before school, then their moms would like freak out and then be the one parent that brings a kid at a weird time personally to the classroom when everybody else got dropped on the front, that kind of thing, hugs them along. You're filtering things wrong. So I don't think it's doing any harm. Okay,
I can agree with you on that. I feel like I've always been able to use social media as a platform, to be able to get the word out about whatever, because we do a lot of stuff. So I put it out there like that. I use it for marketing purposes, and then also I use it to just stay connected to my people because we've moved a couple of different times. I've moved at least 3, 4, 5 times to different states where I have friends and family and different things like that. So being on social media allows me to see what's going on with my people. And I've always said that a lot of times using social media to kind of get the word out as a blast versus having to call everybody one by one. Hey, cousin so and so died. Like, dang. You put it on social media, and then we have the option to be like, oh my gosh, okay, let me get to my cousin, let me get to my uncle, let me get to my whatever it is, because we've seen it there versus not knowing about it until 2, 3, 4 months later have it asked. So I use it like that, and then like Bobby said, the filtering is the most important, just because I don't believe. I don't believe everything I see, but when I see something that I want to look at, or I want to read about, or I want to hear about, then I'll kind of dive more into it, and then I usually go offline, and then I look up stuff, like I'll Google or I'll do whatever, just to make sure that I have like 2 or 3 references, and not just take whatever is said on Facebook. So like if somebody passes away, I'll go and be like, hey, did so-and-so pass away? And I'll go kind of look at different channels just to make sure that I'm not spreading fake news or whatever. But I do feel like a lot of times as journalists, especially with all of us having our different podcasts, we all have opinions about every damn thing. Sometimes, who the hell cares? Just do you. We don't have to have an opinion about every single thing.
But we do.
We don't have to have an opinion about it. That's not what I mean. What I mean is we don't have to say it all the time, because we're going to have opinions about everything. You're absolutely right, but we don't have to say it all the time. I don't have to get on here and say, so, let me tell you what I think about this or whatever. It's not,
That's the misfiltering on social. You see where everybody just gets on there and just everything goes. And
then you get in comments and all other kind of stuff, and then you're canceling people because they're just giving you their opinion on how they feel about whatever it is. We all should be able to feel however we want to feel. Period. Sometimes,
I do say this: there are some parasitic forms and dangerous forms of social news out there that aren't helpful.
Yeah.
Because of the way they put their stuff out there to crack filters.
Okay.
Like it's purposely put out there to make you miss your filtering and just to over-absorb it.
Yeah.
And if you're like super highly sensitive like I am, and a lot of people are, a lot of things just really just...
And that's the reason why, hence, he's not on social media like that, because
people want me to get on Facebook.
Yeah, the
I don't have any real friends or family that call me. I got 2 or 3 friends that call me, and 1 family member.
Yeah. So the algorithms are just
be on there looking at everybody else's happy ass life for all day.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't need it personally.
And that would be a filter that would set you back, instead of you being able to enjoy looking at social media. So I can agree with that, you guys. So we are going to get out of here because we have to cook. I know Bobby is, probably looking at me like, damn, why you didn't cook nothing? You've been home a little bit, you were here a little bit earlier. No, but I was trying to, he was. He really was, even though I got him ice cream. But we're trying to, I was doing some stuff, but we need to tell you about our production that is coming up, you guys. So I wanted to leave you guys with this. We have a production coming up called For Women Who, that is going to be debuting at the West Las Vegas Library Theater, March the 22nd and March the 23rd. We have a really, really great cast. The tickets are free. It is free to get in, but we're asking you to go to our For Women Who Eventbrite so you can RSVP, so we can just kind of see, how many people are coming. And so we invite you to come out and share in this storytelling with us. It was written by myself and Bobby. And we're just exploring different ways to be able to tell authentic stories about authentic people. And then we want to talk about it afterwards. So we're going to have a short talk back after it with the all-male panel discussion, talking about the all-female production. And we're going to get their take on what they thought about the production. So we're excited about that. Anyway, so March 22nd, 23rd, For Women Who, a Kume production. And you guys, we're going to get out of here. We will see you again next week with a different movie, different restaurant, and a different topic I guess we're going to review and talk about. Thanks, Terry, so much. We appreciate you noticing. Talk to you later. Bye.